Silly mongoose. I remember I didn't actually click record, so let's start again. Hi guys, welcome to Natasha's Narrative. I have not actually filmed in a while. The last time I filmed was actually my combating racism videos. I know I've released content since then, so it's actually been like about a month or so, and I've really missed it. Clearly my hair has changed yet again, Kel Surprise, and I am here to release an education narrative type video. I know I promised I was going to do some more advice videos. I will be getting those out, I promise. However, because we're getting a bit closer to that time where the year 12 start to kind of think about medicine and stuff, I'm trying to kind of keep it a little bit balanced. So don't worry, people who are not interested in medicine and watch my channel for other things, you will be getting your fix too. So today what I'm going to be talking about are reasons why to not apply for medicine. The first reason that I would say is definitely money. So when you decide to become a doctor and you finish medical school, foundation doctors normally earn from the range of about £22,000 to £28,000 a year, and the £28,000 a year is kind of normally geared towards your F2 doctors, so those are your second year doctors. So it's pretty much the regular kind of salary that you would expect to get. If you graduate from a different degree, it's normal to start earning about 22k, even more than that depending on what the degree is. So the money is actually not that substantially different. Once you get to, consultancy level, that's when you start to see quite a bit more money. So it goes between about 75k to about I think probably maximum about 110k. And yes, that is a substantial amount of money, don't get me wrong. Like, coming from a working class background, I completely see that as quite a lot of money. However, I think a lot of people think that doctors earn a lot more than that, and if you think you're going to be living this lavish lifestyle, doing Real Housewives of Cheshire or whatever it's called, having a huge mansion, a Bentley, I don't know, doing shopping spree, going Dubai, Thailand. Not that you can't go on holiday, because of course you can. But you know what I mean? Like, living this really lavish lifestyle. Medicine is not going to provide you with that whatsoever. So cancel those dreams, and I would suggest finding another occupation. Not trying to be harsh. Number 2, family pressure. Guys, I feel like people, my black people, my Asian people, my, especially, I feel like we know what we are talking about. If you're not doctor, lawyer, computer scientist, engineer, you are not seen to be doing well, successful. Luckily, a lot of our parents, ever since they have left home, have started to change their mentality, have become a lot more kind of used to the culture here and seen that there are other jobs that you can prosper in. But I know that a lot of us felt pressured into deciding to study this degree. I personally did not. It's something that me and my mum talked about quite a bit, but she never pressured me to do anything that I didn't want to do. So first of all, guys, this is your life. I know because I know what it's like to have African parents. After everything I've done for you, yeah. I completely understand, and you don't want to be disrespectful in your parents' household, but remember, at the end of the day, it's your life. You're the one that's going to have to go through this degree. It's a very difficult degree, let me tell you. As someone who did biomed to do medicine later on, and of course there were aspects of biomed that I liked, but there were aspects of biomed that I did not enjoy whatsoever, and someone who had to go through that to get somewhere else, let me tell you, studying parts of a degree that you don't enjoy is hard. You want to give up. And if you're doing a degree that you actually don't want to do, so if you're starting off with medicine with, you're going to end up being a doctor and you don't want to do it at all, you're not going to want to put in the work. So what's the point? You're just wasting your time. So honestly, like, it's a hard discussion to have with your family, but just don't do it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your... Why are you getting student finance debt for a subject you don't want to do? That's all I'm going to say. Don't waste your time. I'm not trying to be harsh. Just don't. Number 3 on the list. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm doing the most, I don't know. Number 3, you're good at the science subjects, so therefore the path has to be medicine. No, it does not. There are so many different careers that you can decide to do. And I think, like, some parents, like, when you tell them, like, oh, I want to be a scientist, they're just like, can't you be a doctor instead? There's this prestige that's, like, surrounded around being a doctor, this, like, kind of, like, God complex where, like, a lot of parents want to be doing boasting. Again, it kind of relates again a little bit to, like, family pressure. But it's, like I said before, it's your life. And secondly, like, you have to remember, being a doctor and studying medicine is obviously, the scientific part is a huge part of what's important about being a doctor. You can't just be, not knowing your stuff. But there's so many other aspects that are important. You have to be a caring and empathetic person. And if you're not really a people person, then it's not the right place for you to be. Also, there's so much admin involved, especially as you get up the ranks. Like, when you get to especially consultancy level, there's so much admin that you have to do. So I would say that if you're thinking about being a doctor, in this climate it's a bit hard, obviously, with what's going on, email doctors and kind of ask them to, like, give you an idea of what their day-to-day life is, so that you can see, okay, is this something that I think that I could actually do during my life? Would I later on in my life, would I be okay with doing this for a career? And if not, that's okay, but at least you have an idea. And obviously, once this situation clears up with this whole virus situation, then go on work experience so that you can kind of understand more. But yes, definitely find out more about this. Don't think just because you're doing sciences that you have to become a doctor, because you do not at all. Okay, so I'm going to hit you with a couple more. So number 4, don't go because of what you have seen on TV. I feel like this is something that I shouldn't even have to really say, but I can't even lie, because I know that there are some people who have been watching House, who have watched Private Practice, most importantly Grace, before certain tragedies happened, RIP. But please, TV is TV, life is life. Don't think you're going to be a superhero. I don't understand. Like, yeah, just, yes, don't do it because of TV stuff. I don't even know why. Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna elaborate on that, because you should be, yeah, cut the cameras. Number 5, don't go if you're someone who, doesn't really enjoy studying that much. Medicine is literally a lifetime commitment. With other degrees, of course, you study, you graduate, and then when you're on the job, you do learn on the job. But medicine and to be honest, a lot of the sciences, you are constantly having to learn. Medicine is very dependent on discoveries, technological breakthroughs. So that means an advancement. So that means that you constantly have to be up to date. So work doesn't end when you leave the GP's office or the hospital. You still have to be studying. You still have to be going on conferences and doing all these different things, watching things online, learning new techniques. It's a lot of hard work. And if you're someone who honestly feels like, okay, I don't think I could take that. Like, once I go home, I want to know that my work for the day is done. I don't have to think about it anymore. Medicine is not the right one for you. And that brings me to my 6th and last point: work-life balance. Obviously, GPs pretty much get the best work-life balance in terms of them not being open on the weekends. They work in what we call kind of like sessions. So, especially with the ones that are, as GPs have become more of like collaborative, so you kind of are deading the whole, my GP's office, for example, the one that I grew up in, there was only one GP. By the time that my GP got close to retiring, then it was him and another GP. So we're kind of removing that kind of social construct of GPs, and it's becoming more like GP partners that are within, bigger GP practices with, 3 to 4 GPs inside of them, and they have sessions. So for example, you could be working half a day on Monday, all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, half a day on Friday. That is pretty normal. Like GP sessions are not as long as the typical, hospital, as the typical hospital shifts that a lot of doctors do. So they have more of a work-life balance. But like I said before, with all this kind of keeping up to date, going on conferences, all these long meetings, like, yes, they have more of a balance, but there are jobs out there where you work significantly less and still could maybe potentially earn the same amount of money. So I would say, if you think that, like, and it's something that I love to go out. I love going to parties. I love going out to eat, most importantly. I love to travel. I love to be with my friends and my family and do stuff. And it's something that I know that, like, is I'm not going to be able to do as much once I enter this career, once I decide to embark on this career. However, I feel like there's so many positives, which is why I'm okay with reducing that. So I think you have to really, again, like, look into medicine and, really think about, why is this something that I would like to do? Like, am I willing to reduce, all the family time, the friend time that I could potentially be having? So yeah, those are the 6 reasons why you should not do medicine. Yeah, I don't know why I said it like that. Those are 6 reasons why to not do medicine. I hope that you guys found that helpful. I hope it gives people actually something to really think about, because I think a lot of the time, especially people who have kind of like family members like in their ear, I'm actually such a weirdo. Why did I do that? You have family members like whispering in their ears. They don't really, think about it that much. And then, a few years down the line, 5 years down the line, they're just like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm burnt out. I hate it. Which is sad. And I'm sure they wish that they could have actually, done something where they would have had like more longevity and done something that they'd preferred, rather than just doing med for doing med. Okay, so make sure, guys, to subscribe, make sure to click on the notification bell, follow my social media, it is down below, and I hope that you guys enjoy this. I hope that it's helpful, and I will see you guys soon for another episode of Natasha's Narrative. Bye.